All right, this is the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn to the TV now. Hello, good morning, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Silhouette Mirage. I am Kariohki. I am joined by Shentok tonight. Shentok, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty all right considering the time of night, but we're gonna get through this. It's gonna be wonderful.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into the game now, and I will give whoever's on timer a countdown for when to start the timer, because we're old school. We use SDA timing in this game. We start at character control.
Yeah.
So don't panic yet. The timer is not starting yet. Don't worry, guys. All right, and the timer will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Good luck. So
Welcome to Silhouette Mirage.
Yeah. So basically, we start out the game with farming money by punching these little cupids. In the U.S. version, they're called polypeepers, which Working Designs. If you're familiar with them, they did a lot of localization of obscure games in the 90s. A lot of times they took liberties with naming and story conventions and making games harder. But we're playing the original, very original first Saturn release of the game. So this is Silhouette Mirage. You play as this girl Shino, who has different attacks depending whether you're facing left or right, and the attacks do two different elements of damage. You have the silhouette damage and the mirage damage. Silhouette is your bluish purple damage. Mirage is your reddish pink damage. And the way you damage enemies is by hitting them with the opposite color that they are.
No, I don't want to buy stuff. I was just a pixel too close to the shop. Okay, we're not going to buy stuff right now. We're going to buy stuff later. That's why we're grinding for money.
Yeah, so we want to get 900 money to get an OP weapon from the secret shop. And the way the weapons work is we have a health meter at the top that changes color depending on which direction we're facing. And we also have the spirit meter, which is sectioned off into the 3 portions. And depending on what rank your spirit meter is determines the power of your currently equipped weapon. And each weapon has a theme of one of the 7 deadly sins. The one that we're using is sloth, which is your default weapon, and we're gonna upgrade that to its max rank in the next stage. The biggest difference between this and the US release is the cost of weapons. In the Japanese release, all weapons cost the same amount, with level 6 weapons costing 900 money. In the US release, they changed the cost of all the weapons to balance in what they thought would be value based on their strength. And in the Japanese version, all weapons are pretty balanced. You can use each one of them effectively in different ways. In the US version, the only really good weapon is Sloth because of some balance changes they did. So now we get these new items. They're like called Little Devils or something like that in the Japanese version, but for this one I like the US name of Spectre. It just rolls off a bit better. And these guys love to throw bombs at you. So back on like the silhouette and mirage mechanics, if you hit an enemy with the opposite color, you deal damage to them. If you deal the same colors they are, that was actually almost perfect farming.
I think if I hadn't killed that one, I could have gotten the 900 in one round there.
Totally, so. That was almost like a perfect farming. Oh, yeah, enemies can grab you too. You basically punch enemies with your hair. It's silly, and they can also grab you and nom on you. Nice.
I'm also like really low on spirit from the first area, so
you'll be able to grind it back.
Yeah, the enemies will drop the spirit. Unlike the US version, where you can absorb spirit back. So this is a secret shop. I'm gonna buy my level 6 weapon here.
Yeah, but if you hit enemies with the same type that they are, it drains their spirit as well, and you can also remove their ability to do certain attacks. sometimes removing their ability to attack altogether, depending on the type of enemy. Like these low-level enemies, like the Cupids, you can remove their ability to attack altogether. The Spectres, you can remove their ability to throw their pumpkin heads, but they can still breathe on you. So now we're going to get our first boss, Gregory. He's pretty... he just goes down like it's nothing. He's basically the intro boss and nothing. And now we get introduced to a neutral type enemy, which you can't damage directly. You can only damage by reflecting their attacks.
Or knocking them off a ledge.
Yeah, or knocking them off a ledge in the instance of the walker enemies. The ideal strat is to do a full reflect on them with the Gatling gun, assuming that's their first attack. And for this particular walker, they almost always open with Gatling gun, and you can insta-gib them that way. And suddenly we're back on the surface.
Yeah, back at our... so we're the messenger of justice, and we're supposed to be saving the world, but we kind of have a little bit of amnesia, so we're trying to find our way and what happened since we've been asleep. This is another boss. This is Moses, by the way, and that was a boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, since we have a level 6 weapon, we're just kind of chewing through bosses right now. The level of sloth you get at the beginning of the game, if you don't buy any other weapons, it will level up along as the story goes along. So by the end of the game, you'd have a level 6, but we just bought that level 6 there for going through everything really quickly, because this is a speed run.
Yeah. There's also another weapon route you can do where you can get I believe it's called Pride.
It's Pride.
Yeah.
You get
which you
that
get
one
a little bit later than you would get the Sloth, but it's faster
not too much.
It's faster for some bosses, but you do have to buy a level 5 version of Sloth for the final boss.
They all drop money. I don't want money. I want spirit.
Are you sure you don't want money?
Yeah, I don't want money. The Pride weapon is actually, if you hop across the gap where the Moses boss fight is, there's a secret shop over there, and that's where that hangs out, so...
Yeah, and the Pride weapon basically shoots out spinning scythes that each do damage per frame. So there's a very powerful weapon, but it has a much shorter range. So now we're just going through the city now, and you get all those beautiful background layers exclusive to the Saturn version. When they ported the PS1, they had to downgrade some of the background layers by removing some of it. And now we have this guy here, just spacing his name.
Periclesis.
Yeah, Periclesis. And so now he's going to make a bunch of racket, and everyone in the background just like, hey, shut up.
Yeah, it's late hours here. They want to sleep. If you take too long in that fight, and his armor makes noise, they will start throwing those items at you during the fight as well. And they do neutral damage. Neutral damage, same thing as what those walkers can do with their Gatling guns. The special thing about neutral damage is it does both HP and spirit damage.
Yeah. And now we get introduced to Zohar here, who is similar to us, but different as well. Basically, Zohar can also change elements like us, except that each element is a unique personality. And here it's just basically an intro fight. We're only getting Zohar to half health.
Yeah, and they can just grab and juggle them on the ground like it's such. So
yeah, this boss is very grabbable. Like most bosses aren't really grabbable like that. They break out easily, or they're just something you can't grab altogether. So now you get to fight some more fodder.
Some more fodder. So if you got a donation sitting, you can go ahead and read a donation or two.
Sure, we absolutely do. We have a $25 donation from Mercury Zelda, who says, had to wish my BFF good luck on her run. You rock, Kari.
Aw.
And we have a $15 donation from Mad God Rando, who says, been watching for a long time and donating when I can. Shout outs to the late night crew. Good luck on the run, karaoke.
This
oh my
biker.
God, I've never seen this biker.
Okay, there she goes.
So bad.
This game has a lot of randomness to it. We'll be hitting a lot more as the game goes on. That's kind of the first part of randomness. Those bikers can take, anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 years to hop up.
Yeah, I've never seen it that bad though. So now we're gonna lure the walker over to the edge here, and if it doesn't do a Gatling, we just shoot it off the edge and it does half its health and damage. This walker generally doesn't do the Gatling. It seems like, as far as walker AI goes, only the very first one you encounter most likely opens with a Gatling attack.
Yeah, and in this version, that walker is smart, and it will not go to the edge of the train platform. In the US version, it actually will go to the edge of the train platform, like all the way.
Yeah, it's very strange AI changes. So now we have Samson here. He's a big, strong dude, and bye-bye, Samson.
He did no iframes, which is good. He can also jump back to his truck, which is really annoying, because then he'll just throw stuff at you, and you can't hit him while he's doing that.
It seems to be pretty rare in the Japanese version, at least.
I had it happen like twice, I think. But he goes down so quickly. But, now for a boss that can either go down quickly or not, this is the gun. This is be our first like big neutral boss. Yeah. We're going to be shooting any blue bullets that come through and leave the pink ones, and we got 3, which is about normal. We usually average 3. Yeah, and now we sit here and reflect.
We also want to try to avoid hitting the pink ones as well, because if you hit them and drain their spirit, they can come out as duds, which is not very helpful to us.
Got a laser.
Ooh, nice. Got a laser.
2 lasers. Okay.
Oh, nice. So it does different types of shots. It's entirely random what kind of shots they do, I think, because at least I don't notice any pattern.
It depends on which bullets get loaded. So each of the little dudes that are running in are different, and each of those is different. But I think sometimes it can come out as dozen. Only 1 pink one got in that time, so we had to wait here and wait for it to go through the cycles.
Yeah.
Another change the US version made is that neutral damage does a lot more damage. Okay, another cycle of 3, which is pretty good. So this boss can go down easily in 1 round in the US version. You can 1 round it in this version if you get all lasers and like really good shots.
Yeah, and occasionally shots can kick up too, just to throw you off.
Come on.
12 HP.
12 HP left.
If you want, you can do a quick donation.
Sure thing. We have a $5 donation from Ryrix, who says, can we get a donation train going to meet the good ending for Silhouette Mirage? It's well worth seeing. Come on, everyone.
Yeah, choo-choo.
Oh no, it's a dud. Okay, whoo.
Yeah, the duds can either be homing missiles or duds, so that was an okay gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was an incentive for this run. Upgrade to the good ending. So usually the speed run goes for the bad ending because that boss is faster. You still have time. You have most of this run to donate for that incentive, so go ahead.
And now we got my favorite boss, Dynamis.
Favorite boss in the game. As mentioned in my interview, this is Dynamis. Oh, she's gonna dive. She's gonna be bad tonight.
Yeah, so she basically throws out her tentacles, which is the main way of damaging her. And of course, you want to hit the opposite element of whatever the tentacles are. And she also has an attack that she favors, where she does a dive, and you have to just wait for her to do it. And she can do it multiple times in a row. Sometimes she'll do it twice. Sometimes she'll do it none. Or sometimes she'll do it 4, 5, 6 times. It's unlikely that you'll see it that often, though.
Oh, she's got 2 different colored arms out.
Nice.
So each arm does 80 damage, or 40 damage to her. Come on. And she can hurt you with her fin there. She does Mirage damage with her fins, even though her body is like neutral type. So this will be it for her. There we go.
And lore-wise, she's a guardian angel. And guardian angels in this world, they're not exactly sentient, and they go berserk when they're around China, because they have like a mission to kill her, since she's like the messenger of justice, as she believes she is.
Yeah, and all guardian angels are dual element, like we are as well. So you can see that Dynamis had both colored arms there, and you'll be seeing that pattern with a bunch of the other guardian angel bosses that we're going to be fighting.
Yeah, and then
they use both elements.
fellow there, main Megiddo, we'll be seeing a lot more of, especially if we go for the bad ending.
No, you're supposed to plug the good ending.
I know. But we don't want to see more of it. We want to see more of the good ending. So if you're not a fan of Megiddo's style, donate for the good ending. So now we're somewhere in Europe. Basically, the overall story is that there was an experiment that split the world into the Silhouette and Mirage elements. So every normal person is either that or one or the other. And they've all been transformed into various monsters. And the Mirage element was given to more those who are thinkers, people intellectually smart and that kind of thing. And the silhouette element was given to those who are strong physically, as like it's just a theming throughout this game. Honestly, I didn't know that until it was pointed out to me the other day, actually, and it made a lot of sense. So now we have a sort of an auto-scroller here. If you wait for that gear to drop down, it locks your screen to it, so you can't get past it, but if you're quick enough, you can just avoid having to wait for it. And same again here, although this one doesn't lock onto your screen.
So there's two separate paths here, yeah. Go ahead, you can do a donation.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. We have a $5 donation from Bruceinator, who says, Silhouette Mirage, which left and right for justice, go karaoke. Thank you very much. That was another haiku. We got the haiku theme going on. Thank you for the 5.
So now we're inside the castle proper, and we have Paolo here, who's very shy. You have to go into the room, face the other direction, and then he'll introduce himself. And he seems like, a sweet, innocent young lad.
He's going to give us a present here.
Yeah, and then...
Oh, no.
Surprise, he's a werewolf. Ooh, did he give you spirit?
Yeah, he gave me spirit. That's nice.
And he's another easy boss. In the US version, you can break his AI. If you bring him into the corner, he just forgets how to boss. It
turns out that was a fake moon all along, and it was just a painting. If you actually grab him and slam him into the ground enough, you can knock the painting down, and he'll transform back into his human form and just kind of stand there all scared until the specters come back and put the painting back up.
I've never seen that, but I want to see it someday. But,
all right, here is the smiley face from Heck.
Yeah,
Oh, it turned blue. That's pink. I wanted to turn him blue, but I turned him pink, so we're going to see something different than what I usually do here.
Yeah,
okay.
So basically the goal of this fight is to hit the smiley face to determine the boss's element. And
why are you still using pink attacks? There you go.
And then the boss, the actual lizard Malachim, reveals itself as another guardian angel fight as well. And it turns out Malachim was hiding the portal to where we needed to go next.
Yes, that's Moses' transport nexus, and he ate it.
Yeah.
So he spit it back out when we beat him. So I usually want to turn him blue there because, as you saw, if you turn him pink, then there's homing lasers that can juggle you because you don't have any iframes in this game. And, of course, you use the homing lasers like that, so because I can't tell two colors apart, apparently.
Who needs iframes? So now Zohar comes in and interrupts our transportation and brings us into the math dimension. And now it's another fight where we need to get Zohar down to 500 HP, but this time Zohar's a bit tougher, is a bit more difficult to grab onto. And unlike other boss or enemy types, you can't drain Zohar's spirit. Zohar's just immune to that.
Alright, that was okay.
That was actually pretty solid. Usually it's a lot more slippery for me.
Yeah. Zohar tends to fly around a lot more in this battle, and their grab, defense is even worse in this one. It just kind of goes up every single time you fight them, I think. But again, just 500 HP, just kind of, if you can get in their face and they don't change color, then it's usually okay to just get in their face.
It's pretty unlikely that'll happen. But if you get lucky like that, it's wonderful. I think the fight just goes super smoothly. So now we're back in the city, and we're going to go for a ride.
I'll take you for a ride in a car. Well, we're not going to be in the car. We're going to be on top of the car.
Yeah, we're going to be on top of the car. We're too cool to be inside the car. Yeah,
also, the car hits us.
Yeah, just get sidelined by it. And now we're going to be fighting the driver, Samson, here. Big, strong dude. And just going to break open the roof.
And that's his buddy Delilah in the back. He owns the car. And owns this whole town, actually, so...
Oh, really?
I
knew he was rich.
Yeah, he pretty much controls this cute little town. So, guess what kind of boss this is?
It's an auto-scroller.
It's an auto-scroller. At certain HP thresholds, the car is going to turn. And we had to make it turn 4 times, so it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So it's facing right at the end. If you just keep doing his HP down, you'll do that. So great time for a bunch of donations here as we beat this guy down.
Sure thing. We have a $25 donation from SoLG. Says, for longtime viewer, first time donator from Germany here. Since I recently celebrated our 6th anniversary with my boyfriend, I thought I'd dedicate this donation to him and put my money towards the good ending for Silhouette Mirage. Thank you very much. We have $15 from Zykier211, who says Silhouette Mirage was one of my favorite games on the PS1. Shoutouts to Working Designs for introducing me to their catalog. Good luck on the run, Kariohki. And we have no message, but a $500 donation from Seizure13. No message, no problem. Thank you very much. Very generous. Thank you. And just to give people, just to give a quick update on that upgrade to good ending incentive, we're currently at $973. We still have about $1,500 to go. So if you want to see that ending get upgraded to good ending, get your donations in for that. Still need about $1,500.
All right, we're nearing the end of this. So when the boss gets to 50 HP, he's no longer able to damage him until the car jumps, and then you can do your last 50 HP of damage.
I got a little unlucky there where I was at 60, and then he started doing an attack, so it took a little bit longer for his attack to finish and for the car to jump down. So
yeah. So in treasure fashion, we're just gonna leap off the cliff and just smash right into the building of a broadcasting company.
No, I mean, I think it's where Delilah was going anyway, so we made it there.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I am low on HP. You do get 10 continues in this game, so if I die, that's fine. And in fact, in some cases, I might prefer. There was an enemy in front of me, I didn't see them. I might prefer to die actually, because that will mean I get full HP, full spirit back. My spirit's pretty good right now.
Yeah, you're max spirit, which means you do the most damage. There's like a hidden 300 full tier where you get a little bit more range and your shots come out a bit more. So now here we have the game show host Sarah. She's like, you're not ready to play. We're just gonna send you off.
Yeah, we're gonna have you play with this guy downstairs first. I was being a little careful in that hallway because you can soft lock the game there. If you don't kill the enemies right, enemy can get stuck running off screen.
Yeah,
but,
it's pretty uncommon to happen. I've only ever happened to happen to me once, but it does happen and it's not fun. So now we have Faust here. He's like the star of the station, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He runs one of their most popular shadow shows, and he's pretty easy if he doesn't run around a lot.
Yeah,
he can do a lot of different shadow puppets.
And so we beat him up, he turns into a bomb, and we just brush it off, no sweat.
All right, I'm going to ask for a little bit of serious time here, see if I can get the juggle on this boss. Nope, didn't even touch her. She did the reflect reflect thingy. Yes. So you can juggle this boss by we're just gonna face tank her here.
Yeah, so you find out Sarah is actually not a cardboard cutout, but a little person here, and she runs this slots show, and you can get different slots that can extend the fight depending on what you get. So you want to hope you get nothing or you just get a perfect juggle, but she's very hard to grab.
Yeah, if she flinches, she has a high chance of really breaking out of it. Very hard to grab. And hey, Shentok, I think we're going somewhere.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Shentok, we're at soup.
What do you mean we're at soup?
I mean, we're at soup. It's all soup.
So now we finally get to fight Delilah, sort of. Basically, we have to poison his soup, and he breathes in the bubbles at random intervals. And if they're purple bubbles, he takes 8 points of damage. If they're pink bubbles, he gains spirit. The amount of bubbles up there determines how much spirit he gains. But no matter what, as long as there's at least one purple bubble, he'll take 8 damage, and that's all the damage he takes. So it's like kind of a slow fight. And all we really got to do is just keep throwing in specters and keep the soup purple. And if he gets 100 spirit, he does a nose beam attack, and so ideally we don't want to see that happen because that just means that the fight went really sideways in terms of luck.
Yeah, it's purely luck here. When the bubbles spawn, when he breathes them in, if he does the breathing in attack, if he goes, I'm going to use the English terms here for those attacks, quote unquote attacks. He can say just more, and just talk. He can say needs a little salt and salt the soup, which puts it back to neutral.
Yeah.
Or he can sniff, and then at 100 spirit he does his nose beam. So we'll be here for a while. A good time to run some donations and/or plugs.
Oh, we have donations. Thank you for the, we have a $10 donation from A Silent Harmony who says, did I hear good ending donation train? Let's do it. Thank you for the $10. We have a $100 donation from Calb who says, have to donate during one of my favorite games of the 32-bit era. Here's for the good ending. Thank you very much for that. And the good ending incentive is over $1,000 now. We're at $1,025. Still need about $1,500 for that. $5 from Furret Skin, who says choo choo. $5 from Kairichi 193 that says $5 donation train choo choo. $50 from Rigorous, who says the $5 train is leaving the station soon. Hop on while you can. That was another stealth haiku there. Thank you, Rigorous.
I just want to say we got the nose beam attack, unfortunately, but you can see what it was.
Yeah, he did a huge sniff there, and there must have been a ton of pink bubbles on, because he went from like nothing to 96 in one sniff.
Yeah, that was crazy. But you can go back to donations now.
Sure. We have a $50 donation from Curty. There was no message, but no problem. Thank you, Curty, for the $50. We have a $100 donation from Jake Shadow TV, who says, first time donating, been watching for years, and I'm glad to finally be in a position where I can give back. In a time where everyone is stuck at home, it's events like these that show that we are not alone. Stay strong, SGDQ hype!
All right, yeah, and like it always ends, and since it's in intervals of 8, you're always going to end up with 4 HP remaining, and just hope that he doesn't take too long breathing it in. There we go. Very nice.
There we go.
So, because we defeated his soup, the whole building blows up. Because the soup was the real boss here.
Yeah, the soup was a real boss, and maybe we had the heat on too high. Always practice safe cooking in the kitchen.
Yes.
Just because something takes 10 minutes at 400 degrees doesn't mean you should put it at 4,000 degrees to take 1 minute.
Exactly. That's good advice. So we are inching closer to closing off that donation. We still got a little bit, but we're getting pretty close.
Yes, we're currently at $1,255, so we'll need still about $1,250 for that.
I believe in y'all. So now we're right outside Edo, which is basically the epicenter of the whole incident that transformed the world. And we get another guardian angel making its appearance in the form of a two-headed serpent, I guess.
Goat sheep snake.
Yeah, goat sheep snake, named Prinsdam. And it does basically you have an ultimatum of which one of the heads gets to eat you. It doesn't matter which one because it basically just mirrors the stage you enter. But in the Japanese versions of the game, we go left because it's one text box. In the US version, we go right because it's one text box. But ultimately, it doesn't save that much time whichever way you go because the text boxes are instant. But you know, time save is time save.
Yeah, every little bit counts in this game.
Yeah. So things
this
are
stage is special.
Yeah, things are a bit weird. All the bosses here are neutral and they're very mean. We can't attack any of them directly. We can only reflect their attacks back at them for damage. And the first boss is pretty tame. Basically, we just want to reflect any attacks it does at us. We got it'll try to grab you with its web, and you want to break out of it and reflect its shot back at you because it's going to do that. It also shoots out an 8-way attack that you can reflect. It also shoots out the little spider webs in either silhouette Mirage element. If you reflect on them of the same element, you can turn them neutral, and if the spider goes into it, it deals constant damage, but it's pretty unlikely to happen, but it's really nice when it does. And that was actually a really, really solid spider fight there.
Yeah, that was a solid spider. In the US version, because neutral damage does a lot more, you can defeat him in 3 reflects of his little web attack there, which is really nice. This one takes like 8 or something.
Yeah. So now we have the Yona army. We're going to be fighting the commander of the Yona army. And this is the most luck-dependent boss in the game, but there is still some skill involved. Basically, you have to react to this boss and reflect attacks back on it from either his men or himself. Ideally, you want him to be able to just take a bunch of damage against himself. You can also drop grenades, which you want to reflect deals damage to him. He can also drop random bombs that you can reflect to become them neutral, so that if he's in the way when they blow up, they'll do damage to him. His minions, he can change their elements to neutral, to Ursula or Mirage. Ideally, you want him to get him in a position where his enemies or his minions are shooting at you, but he's the one taking the damage. But that's also pretty tough to set up. He can also shoot you with his gun. He's just this boss is like, he's being super kind to you. Like, it's a little bit slow with him just doing this loop, but it's, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. Look how nice he's being. And then he does grenades. Oh my god,
that's the nicest Yona I've had in a while.
Yona is rarely ever this kind.
Yeah, we were like just ready to sit here for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and be like, okay, I hope you have like a good amount of donations to read. But yeah, about that, he went really nicely there, because that boss is completely random. You can only damage him with reflected attacks.
Yeah. So we find our way outside of Prince Dam, but we're not quite free of Prince Dam just yet. Prince Dam's gonna catch us in the air. Because, of course, Prince Dam is a guardian angel and wants us gone. But conveniently, Megiddo makes an appearance, and he's like, I want to test your strength. I want to see what you got. So this is another boss, just take down to half health. This boss, he has an attack where he can throw roses at you that deal neutral damage. He also can extend his arm at you. He does all silhouette damage. He also has an attack he favors where he jumps in the air and dives into the ground, and you can grab him out of it to just keep him from doing it over and over again, because he will do it multiple times. You can also jump into the background and throw a bunch of stuff at you. He can summon specters, and while he's doing that, he's invulnerable.
But he didn't do that this time, oddly. He usually favors that attack.
Yeah,
like that in the jump,
nice.
He barely did. He didn't even do the specter summoning, so. I got a little nervous when I died there, because I was like, okay, I have to hit A, so I, revive myself and not press B and not revive myself. Although I'm not even sure if B works on that menu. I haven't tried. But okay, we're heading into the final side-scrolly beat-em-up area of this game. After this area, it's all boss fights all the way down. So.
Yeah. So we've been knocked inside the Edo facility, which is where we were headed in the first place. But when we first got here, we were unable to get directly here. So now we got some cupids here, and they're shooting guns at us. And then 2 walkers show up, and they cause a lot of lag. One's a fast-moving walker, one's a slow-moving walker.
Oh, and of course, like four of the cupids. Or we're running off the screen like that. I missed one of the reflects there, so
but still
let's
nice.
just
You got
get
a gallery attack. That's pretty rare.
Get out.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is like one of the fights where if the walkers step on you, they really can tell that their feet do neutral damage. So there's actually a ledge off to the side here that I'm trying to push them off of if they would, stop walking.
Yeah, sometimes they'll just keep walking forward until whenever.
Come on.
So basically, we want to try and knock them off this ledge twice, each of them twice, to kill them. And like I said, one of them walks fast and one of them walks slowly. Ideally, you want to get just both of them off but you don't want them stacked up like that because then they just keep walking forward. But so, oh, okay, nice. There you go.
And of course, if you reflect the Gatling guns at them, then you only have to knock them off like once. Sometimes you can knock it off and it'll yeet to the top of the screen.
Yeah,
and then land on one of the platforms, which will make it easier to knock it off the platform then. So, trash mobs here, and then we have I call this little part the run, because we gotta use the crouch dash here. I use it because it is the fastest form of movement across large areas of the game. But to not get hit by the falling debris there, you have to crouch dash.
Yeah, that falling debris can really mess you up if you're not if you're not crouch dashing past it. So now we're getting closer to the center of the Edo facility, and here we get introduced to Har, who is going to summon another guardian angel named Galgalin. And here we can see the control center of the Edo facility. And Galgalin is a guardian angel, but also a trash compactor. You can't directly deal damage to this boss. The way you deal damage is that you want to feed it enemies of the opposite color of its wings that it's currently at. And so you want to try to lure the enemies to where the claws are and try to get it to grab enemies of the opposite color. It'll try to favor enemies of the same color as it. But as long as you do maintenance of keeping...
Nope. Don't eat that.
Yeah, keeping only the opposite color enemies.
I'm not getting good enemy RNG, and he's doing that. Come on, I don't want no specters. And he keeps doing this one attack where it's causing a bunch of lag. Can I have the hand on the screen, please? I stopped doing the attack with all the lag.
So
this enemy RNG is really bad.
Yeah, we need to feed a total of 10 enemies, ideally across 3 phases. So basically you want to do like 3, 3, 4, or in some order like that. So it looks like this is going to be a 3-phase.
It's definitely going to be a 3-phase.
Yeah. And so you don't have to, you can still attack enemies while they're grabbed until they start spinning, then they're no longer in the foreground. Then if you need to farm money or anything, this is also a good place for that because enemies are just going to be constantly appearing. But if you want to get some donations in, this is going to be a few minutes.
Absolutely. We have a $75 donation from Immoral Flame. I think they're hitting us with another haiku. They say, "This is a good game. I have it on PlayStation. Very good soundtrack." Very nice. Thank you for the 75. $10 from Twirlin' Curtis, who says, "Silhouette Mirage is one of the coolest looking games I've ever seen. Needs salt." $15 from You Old So-and-So, who says, "Ganon painting is rad. Silhouette Mirage is rad. This event is rad. Rad, 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 rad." Thank you. $25 from Heaven Chai, who says, "Super psyched about Silhouette Mirage and looking forward to Kyo 2. So glad to see these Saturn games expertly played. I think we can still get good ending." And just an update on that, we are less than $1,000 away. We have just crossed $1,500. We need about $950 left to reach that good ending incentive. So get those donations in towards the good ending now.
Yeah, that's going to be closing really soon here.
Very soon.
Time's a ticking. Better get those donations in.
Pretty much the rest of this boss and the next boss, and that's it.
Yeah, and the next boss will be gone in a blink of an eye, assuming it plays well. But yeah, I just need to eat one more enemy and then basically keep it from eating any more enemies to speed up its trash compacting process.
It's just been doing this lazy attack. I call it the lazy attack because it's just what do you call it? The wandering little circle thingies that home in on you.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, grab, and there we go. Okay,
nice.
So you just, nope. Don't eat that. Don't eat this either.
Very nice.
So they can only have 3 enemies on screen at once.
Yeah,
We're going to do some
mob
mob control. All right, that's 3. He's going to start trash compacting. He won't grab anything else, so we're just going to not do anything to prevent lag and just dodge the enemies.
Yep. There we go. Very nice. A little bit slow, but it went fine otherwise. Have you noticed that Galgalin is a cute, derpy, 2-headed dragon as well?
He's very cute.
So now Zohar makes another appearance, but this time we actually have to take Zohar down. It's no longer half health, I'm gone. Now we have to actually deal with Zohar. But the catch is we're on a 2-minute time limit, and depending if we defeat Zohar within the time limit determines the next boss we get. So we want to, of course, defeat Zohar within that time limit to get the faster boss fight. And of course, you know, not waiting on the timer in general.
Zohar, please.
So Zohar is moving around a lot more. Zohar can also summon like little orbital things that reflect your attacks, and they can be very unfortunate.
Yeah, because now they did that and they switched right away, and those little orby things reflect Mirage attacks only.
Oh, really? I thought they reflected all the attacks.
Nope, it reflects Mirage attacks only.
Oh, dang, that's good to know.
I'm just going to go ahead and try to face tank them here.
There we go. Oh, so close.
There we go.
All right, there we go. So yeah, way faster to do this. Is basically we're gonna get a harder boss next, like technically harder, but it's a much faster fight because if we waited out 2 minutes, we'd be fighting a butterfly type boss named Seraphim, who's like an easier boss but much slower to defeat.
So we're gonna start with
teleport us in where Har's hologram is. And plot twist, turns out Zohar himself is also a guardian angel who's been sealed to have sentience, because guardian angels can't really control themselves. So now we're fighting Sefer HaZohar.
Sefer Zohar, because it's yep, this is the silhouette version we started with. And all right, it's time. Let me know, what ending are we going for?
We are doing the bad ending.
All right, we're going fast.
So basically after this fight, we get a choice on whether or not to destroy the Eden system. Is basically like the whole thing we were here for. It turns out
we'll be seeing that choice coming up.
Yeah, it turns out we were actually a bomb who was sent here to destroy the Eden system to restore balance to the world. And we're gonna choose not to do that. But by doing so, oh well, that happens.
Yeah, I think I just got really face tanked right against the guns there, because they are not playing nice and they're just sweeping around. Missed the 2-cycle.
Yeah,
you can 2-cycle this boss, but they were moving around a lot and causing a lot of lag, so ended up having to do just a brief 3-cycle there.
Yeah, but it's fine. We have Max Spirit, which will help us in the next boss fight. There's a mechanic in this game that we haven't used at all because it's not really. It's not that it's not useful. It's not advantageous to you. Basically, you have a special move depending on which weapon you have equipped, where you press A, B, and C together, and it drains 100 spirit to use it. So that's why it's like not a great thing to use on the regular. But with the weapon we have, the sloth weapon, we do a move called Parasite Bomb that deals a lot of focused targeted damage.
Yeah, and it just kind of chews through the final boss. You'll be seeing it. So here, they get one final shop. We don't need it. I think that shop has everything in the game. And then here is where we meet Har, and Har gives us the choice of, do we want to restore the world or leave it be? And we're going to leave the world be.
Yeah.
And go ahead and skip this cutscene. What happens in that cutscene is Megiddo appears and kills Har because reasons, I guess. Well, they were always like fighting each other. Kills him and decides to fight us as well.
Yeah,
and that's not a very good choice, and we'll be seeing why in a bit here. So the first half of this Megiddo fight is exactly the same as the previous fight.
Yeah, we find out that Har and Megiddo are actually twin brothers who are like linked in a way.
Yeah, so here he's gonna go berserk.
Because
kind
he's
of not
not
expecting it.
Yeah, because he's not stable anymore now that his other half is dead.
And please play nice.
Yeah, this boss, basically you can only hurt him when he's attacking. So the ideal thing is to Parasite Bomb and hope that he's dealing damage, or he's attacking in some way.
And nope, not yet. And okay, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon. He's got 4 HP left. Time.
Yeah, basically if you attack him when he's not attacking, he just reflects all the damage back at you as neutral damage.
Yeah, his first attack there with the shockwave, you don't want to see that because that does damage like screen wide to you, and you kind of want to stay as much spirit so you can use the spirit bomb attack there.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't restore the world back to the way it is. The other boss that we would fight for the good ending is you actually fight the Edo system. I think it calls itself Eden at that point. Fight that Eden system and restore the world to the way it was. However, no one knows you're there, no one knows you existed, and you're basically a ghost. But in this case, we leave the world as it is, we get some nice happy music, and we decide, we're going to restore the world on our own without, relying on the machine here. So while the final cutscene here plays, we're going to do a few shout outs and thank you all for watching this run tonight. I know it got pushed back a lot. I'm quite tired. I know Shentok is quite tired. I'm sure you're tired too, chat, but thank you all for, if you stayed up, thank you for staying up. If you woke up, thank you for waking up. Shout outs to Chaos42666 is the world record holder in all categories of this game and actually did most of the rerouting from when I originally started running this game back in 2006 and then running it through 2013 at Bonus Stream and all that. And shouts to you, Shentok, for letting me run this game here since you were the original runner for this and we decided to swap. So thank you for that. And thank you for joining me on commentary tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and to everyone watching, if you have not played this game, please play this game. It is a hidden gem. It is very good. If you like treasure games, if you like beat 'em ups, if you like 2D side scrollers, you will love this game. It is hard. I made it look easy. It can take all your continues, but I guarantee you will have a lovely time with it. So, thank you all for watching.
All right, that was a fantastic run of Silhouette Mirage by Kariohki. Well done, well done. Thank you for all the donations that came in during that as well. We're getting ready for our next run, which is Kyo Flying Squadron 2 by me. Let's get a quick donation in here. We have a completely anonymous $200 donation. Thank you very much, Anonymous, whoever you may be. Thank you very much. All right, we are going to go to a Twitch advertisement, and we'll be right back. All right, and welcome back, everybody, to Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online, powered by Twitch. We're getting ready for our next run here, which is Kyo Flying Squadron Let me get that pulled up here. Keo Flying Squadron 2 by me. That is coming up just next. Want to remind you of our next bid incentive, which is coming up after the next run, which is to design Kirby's color on Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. So if you want to get your donations in to decide Kirby's color, that run will be coming up after the next run. So while we're getting set up, just want to go over a few more donations that have come on in here. Thank you, everybody, for all of the donations tonight. It has been incredible to see all the support during our first day here, and we will be here all week long. So thank you all very much for everything. We have a $15 donation from Sho Akimi, who says, keep up the great work. I love watching this. And we love doing it. Thank you. Trying to find some more haiku stuff that may have snuck in here. Let me see. There was a good one earlier that I found. It may have snuck away from me here. Let's see. We had $25 from Winslash, who says, haiku donations. Are we peak humor yet now? Keep up the good work. See what I mean? The haikus have been very, very creative. If you hear a cat purring, my cat Tom has joined us at the desk, so I can't keep him away. Just wanted to be a part of everything. So if you hear some background noise, that's who it is. The old man's with me now. We had an anonymous $50 donation. Thank you, anonymous, whoever you may be. Thank you. We have a $25 donation from Sachi C, who says, been a fan of GDQ for a while and always happy to donate. Good luck and happy running to all the runners. We have a $50 donation from P9 Hunnit, who says, much love to you all. Pretty awesome. My cat usually hates it when I'm streaming, but he must know what we're doing. All right, it looks like we are ready for our next run. So right now, we are going to send it on over to Keo Flying Squadron 2 by me.
Hey.
Hello.
So, yeah.
We're
So,
finally here.
yeah, so it's me, obviously.
And I am
Beyond will... yeah. So, well, I think we should go right now, so I don't